So you brought your baby home. You've finally gotten your baby home from the hospital, and it's a really exciting time. The problem is now all your friends and family are going to want to come visit and look at the baby. And this can be a real difficult thing for people because it's hard to tell people not to come over, but you're absolutely exhausted because, as we both know, you're not getting any sleep at night. So I would recommend that you try to keep the visitors down to a minimum. The other thing is that very early in the baby's life, it's really prone to infection, and an infection can be very dangerous for the baby. So you certainly don't want the baby to get a cold or a flu or pneumonia, when it's so young. So you want to be careful who it's exposed to. So let me tell you what we did. What I did when my wife had our children is I made a rule: nobody was allowed to come to the house unless they either brought a meal or came and did some housework. So there was a price of admission to see the baby, and that worked. It kind of kept the looky-loos out, and the people that really were interested in helping would come and help out, and that was really a tremendous help. Having meals brought, having people do some laundry or some housework, while my wife and I were just dead and exhausted from being up all night. So I would encourage you to be a little bit careful about the visitors, and that you might want to try what I tried. It seemed to work out pretty well. Now, often, the mother, the grandmother of the baby, or will want to come over, or even an aunt for some extended length of time and really help out. That's great if they're there to help, and it can be a really tremendous thing. However, if it's actually going to cause more stress for you, it may not be the wisest thing to do. So you might want to think about that as well. But that's how I handled visitors when my children were born, and it's something to think about.
Medtwice.com